All of us experience some kind of emotional or physical stress in our lives. It may be because of professional, social, or medical problems. Many of us lose hope and give up on our dreams and stop fighting for ourselves. But there are many people who try to fight. Some of them win, and some do not have a choice but to manage and make peace with their problems for the rest of their lives.
So I had a very regular childhood. Just like any other kid, I had a very happy and naughty childhood of mine. Uh, I think it was until the age of 13 that I was enjoying life. I think it was towards the end of my age of 13. That's when I woke up early in the morning around 6 o'clock to get ready for my school. And I realized that some kind of jerk or maybe a kind of shivering feeling was there in the morning. I could not understand what exactly happened. I woke my mother up and I told her that this is how I'm feeling right now. She had no clue. She thought maybe it's just weather or maybe lack of sleep that I'm feeling this way. So she also ignored it. I also ignored it. But this kept on happening. I think every day it was getting repeated. Suddenly one day, I think it just got worse every day. So one of the days I fainted. I fell down and that was in the bathroom. And bathroom was locked from inside. Everybody was shattered because I actually fell on a bucket and the bucket broke. The sharp edges, the corners of the bucket actually hit my back because I was on the bucket and I started bleeding. And my father kept knocking the door. Of course, I was not in a position that I could come forward and come outside the bathroom in that situation. So they waited. I gained consciousness maybe within 10-15 minutes. That's the time period for this is a time period that I remain unconscious. After that, I gain consciousness. I become normal, but I lose memory of the last 5-10 minutes. I woke up. I immediately opened the door. I was crying. I was shocked. I was scared. And my mama papa realized that this is something serious. And somehow they were able to relate to what exactly has been going on in the family genes. They understood that I've been cursed with epilepsy.
Actually, when she was preparing for her 10th board examination, she had fainted a couple of times because she used to put in a lot of hours in study. She used to stay awake late in the night, and then again she used to get up early in the morning. That is how it began. I'm not denying that we had a family history also, like my sister had. In my wife's family also, there was a person who was suffering with this.
So whenever Meenakshi underwent all these seizures, it was in the beginning stage, I don't know which stage, but I came to know very later. I was in the hospitality industry. So I could hardly give time to my kids. One day when I was at home, then I realized it was something like this. Then I knew it was epilepsy attack she's getting.
Epilepsy is a neurological disorder where a person experiences brain seizures, which may or may not be frequent. During a seizure, patients cannot control their limbs and become unconscious of their acts. They might clench their teeth, faint, lose their memory of that time. It can happen anytime, anywhere. It is caused due to head injury, trauma, or genetic disorder.
Now, for that you have to understand that seizure is defined as an abnormal, excessive, synchronized discharge of cerebral neurons, that means the cells of the brain, which cause a temporary dysfunction in the brain function, which may manifest in behavior, movement, sensations, or emotions. I may get blank, unresponsive. I may have a generalized convulsion in which teeth get locked and I have convulsive movements of my limbs. Or I'm just staring at some side and muttering something and lip smacking. Or some people just have jerks. So there are many types of epilepsies.
2006 is when I passed out of school and I decided to enroll for a professional course from a reputed professional institute. And I was studying their office management, secretarial, practices. Unfortunately, within the campus, I did not make many friends because I was a little demotivated because of my health issue. I was always conscious that how people are going to react when they see me in that situation. And unfortunately it happened. I did get a jerk, and some of my classmates actually laughed on it because they didn't realize that it's a fit. They thought I'm maybe just trying to act funny or something, or I'm just trying to create it, or maybe just dancing like that. So they laughed on it. I felt a little awkward and a little embarrassed, so I moved out of that group. And during those days when I was traveling to the campus, because it was like a 1 hour distance from my home, so I had also fallen from the bus. I had also, while walking on the roads, I had got a jerk and I had fallen there also. I still have a scar here and here. And one day, suddenly, during the class itself, within the course, the period was going on, that's when the major attack happened. I almost hit my head towards the bench. It was painful because the jerk was really aggressive and I started crying. People then realized that this is something serious. This is not something that I've been doing willingly, but it's been happening to me. There's a health condition around it. And I was sitting at the reception and crying like crazily because I felt very embarrassed, very, very embarrassed. And of course, the pain was there. So it was a very bad experience. I went home with my papa and I told my mother and father, I'm going to quit. I don't think I can take this anymore. I, in fact, decided that I'll drop off the college. I'd rather go for open courses because when I travel, I can fall down, I can faint. Who is going to take care of me? So I decided to drop out of college, and that is the biggest regret in my life, that I could not pursue. Destiny was definitely not in my favor. I decided to go for an open course, and both my graduation and post-graduation happened through open course. I was getting demotivated, and I just remained inside my four walls of the house, and I never wanted to step out.
She had these seizures and all, then she started discussing with me. Then, of course, I started encouraging her how to live the life and do more, like study, go for higher studies.
Honestly speaking, I was a very ugly looking girl. I had a lot of pimples on my face. I looked disaster. And I used to feel very conscious. I was not at all confident about my appearance. And I was surprised that somebody actually has a crush on me with that face. I never expected that I'll ever get a boyfriend. But he proposed to me that, yeah, I love you. Because I was a young kid, teenager, I was excited that, oh, finally I'm getting a boyfriend. So let's go ahead, let's say yes. Our relationship continued in those days when there was no phone and internet, nothing was there. This was in total a 6 years long relationship, but initial 2 years were blissful, very beautiful. We had like the old school romance in our life going on. Suddenly things changed. He knew that I'm supposed to have a minimum of 5 to 6 hours of sound sleep, not undisturbed sleep. Still, I think he was least bothered about it, and he used to call me in the midnight and disturb my sleep. And that point of time, I was on homeopathy medicine, so if my sleep gets disturbed, so I definitely get the jerks and I could faint. All of that could happen. I don't care about your health condition and all that. He said that on my face. I had tears in my eyes. When I started, ignoring every orders that he used to make to me, he even slapped me. He actually gave me some wounds also, like technically the skin wounds. He used to hit me that hard.
When she is so capable, I have given a good education and she is capable of everything in life, why should she adjust? So I always wanted her to study further and go for a very nice, and I had this in mind that she should go for a HR job. It's a sitting job basically. I was very lucky. The place I was working, like there I had discussed with the doctor and he referred another doctor in Gangaram Hospital. And I can say, the luckiest person on earth. When she came across that doctor, he really treated her well.
See, when she came to us, she was having fits, and probably the medicine that she was taking was the incorrect medicine. It is like a shoe fits the foot. In epilepsy, the drug has to fit the fit.
Earlier, my parents were a little skeptical about going for allopathy medicines because they have their own side effects. The first day when I had to meet him, I was excited, at the same time very nervous, because he's an ex-army officer and he's a very strict elder man. I took my medicines for one entire week religiously. I had put an alarm on my phone so that I don't miss that. And I did not get a single jerk even during my periods.
So with that, there was a transformation. Her fits stopped totally, and I think she felt a degree of self-confidence, more faith in herself. So much so that she started doing adventure sports, and lo and behold, then she rings me up that she wants to do bungee jumping, and that she's taking medications for fits. Well, I said, no way.
Things changed. Life just completely changed upside down. I was happy. I was elated that finally my life is like any other normal person's life. I did not have any side effects, and that was the best part. 1 year passed on, and I felt that okay, now that I'm leading a normal life, let me go for a career option. I wasn't sure. I was graduate, but I wasn't sure what am I going to do in my career. I was always fond of dancing. I really wanted to pursue something in choreography. But of course, that's a struggling career path, and you need to struggle a lot in that space. So I wasn't very sure if I can, pursue something like this. So I dropped the idea. I decided to upload my resume on one of the job sites, and I thought, let me see what the world has to offer to a fresher, just a college fresher. That's when recruitment was the word that came on my job site. My communication was my only strength. So I appeared for the interview. My first boss actually told me on my face, see, you suck at your business knowledge about the market, but I think your communication is good, and I think work is something that we can teach you, but communication is something that you bring it along, you're brought up with that. So fine, we'll hire you. It was a small setup. There were just two people and my lady boss. It was a startup, and the location was really bad. It was within a local market, and there were no basic facilities like washrooms separately for women. So I wasn't very comfortable in that particular locality. So I decided that after 3 months, once I learn how this profession works, I'll I'll just resign and maybe go for a new organization, a better setup. My second job in a company called Green Tree Advisory Services. I worked there for 2.5 years. Within those 2.5 years, I got multiple awards, multiple certificates. I earned good number of incentives. We all were working day and night, very hard. We were working every day so that we can actually qualify for this thing, and we did. I had my first international trip to Tokyo. I went to Disneyland. That was like a dream come true for me. So I needed a increase in my salary, which my organization was not going to offer. So a good hike I expected. So that's when I started exploring outside that I should get a better remuneration so that I can buy a house and at the same time support my family financially.
From the time they were born, they have seen us struggling, shifting from one house to other house. We were in a rented houses all the time, right from the time they were born. So they had a dream in their mind to buy a house of their own. And they put all of their efforts in that direction and they made the dream come true. I wouldn't have made it. I was not capable to do that.
I'm so thankful to doctor that he has cured her.
Basically, I'm not cured 100%.
It's not 100%, you
Yeah.
can say 95% because that medicine is going to, she has to take it.
Yeah,
out.
I have to survive on those medicines. I mean, just one tablet, and I'm happy to have them entire life. Till the time it's controlling my seizures, it's giving me a normal, healthy lifestyle. the last boyfriend that I had. So we were definitely planning to get married, but he had his own conditions, and his family had conditions that we exchange gifts in the form of clothing, jewelries. I said fine. I mean, to a certain extent, of course, we will exchange gifts, but don't expect that we'll give you gold in like kgs of weight. Then he again came back with a new condition that we exchange tangible things like cars, bikes. Why do I depend on my parents when I'm capable of buying that, and that to my retired parents? How can you expect my parents to spend money on that? I said, I'm not in agreement to that. He said, come on, man, I'm getting married to you with your health condition. I'm accepting you, no, while nobody else accepts people, a woman with such conditions, knowing the fact that this health condition can actually pass on to the upcoming generation through genes. It might not pass on, it might pass on. So, I mean, it depends, because my parents, none of them have a medical history of epilepsy, but I was impacted because somebody else in the family gene had it. I was very hurting. मतलब बहुत बुरा लगा था मुझे.
She is absolutely normal. Only thing is that जब भी ऐसा कोई तैयार होता है तो उसके दिमाग में कहीं ना कहीं एक लालसा छुपी होती है कि इस बहाने से मुझे कुछ मिल जाएगा, कोई फायदा मिलेगा मुझे.
Many people do not want to share such problems and conditions.
I have made her so strong that whatever she is doing is of her own thing. And my hard work, of course, I accept, and she also supported me for that.
I have personally, kind of never witnessed her in that situation, but I think she's a very cheerful person, very outgoing and independent, and how she motivates me is because, she's working, she plans to go out, whether, she has anyone with her or not, she can go alone anywhere. She is fearless, and, the number of interviews that she has appeared for, because anyone who is suffering from such condition will be a bit shy to talk about this in public, because how the society is, everyone do not perceive it in a very good fashion, so people don't take it very positively. So but she is somebody who has the courage to speak about it in public and make her weaknesses her strengths.
A perfect mix of struggle and success with a resultant of a positive side. Like, she's more on the positive side of everything, be it struggle or success, and she kind of loves herself, which is evident that in her living room, the room she stays, uski ek apni badi si photo hai. The kind of self-love that we all need. That's the therapy. I automatically felt that this particular thing needs to go out to the society, because there are many people who are fighting things, many people who are getting judged every day, and they are very silent about it. Sometimes they are very afraid of it. So this will help people to find some hope.
Hi everyone, my name is Meenakshi Shekharan. I'm 31-year-old, resident of Delhi. I work as a talent acquisition specialist with a multinational organization into energy sector. I've been diagnosed with epilepsy. I haven't really recovered yet. It's been 18 years that this is inside me. But I do have a solution that's helping me lead a normal and healthy lifestyle. Listen to my health story by logging on to healthshots.com or by tuning into your favorite audio streaming platform. Thank you.
Since 2017, I'm single. I try meeting new guys through dating apps and all. I've met a lot of people, but nothing worked out so far. I don't think dating apps are meant for me. This new trend of online dating is definitely not for me. But I like meeting new people, so I do go out. I've met people in the range of starting from 28 to 45. Every type of person I've met, and it just gives you an experience of how people are in the world. So I still do that. I still meet people. Let's see if something has to happen. It will definitely happen. Otherwise, I'm just enjoying my single life, and I have no problem continuing as a single woman. I might wait till 35, 36. And if nothing happens in my life in terms of the marital status, then I've decided I might either adopt a dog or maybe a child. So let's see. Waiting for the new phase of my life. काफी लंबी स्टोरी थी, तो इस पे अलग ही डॉक्यूमेंट्री बन सकती है. It was nice.
I'd like to clap for him. He took a great step. And so, ये pen on.
And कबूतर भी गया भी.
You can stop.
Ooh.
Podcast, please.
अच्छा ये रोल हो रहा है क्या by the way?